This is a quick tutorial just to show you about Jamboard. Jamboard is a great way to encourage collaboration within your class. You can either do a jam as a whole class, or you could do a Jamboard for one for different groups if they're working as teams. So you can either go to jamboard.google.com to find Jamboard, or you can go to your waffle and you're going to see that icon for a Jamboard looks like that. So there's your Jamboard. So once you get to Jamboard, this is where all your jams will be stored. They are stored within Google, your Google Drive, and very similar to all other Google products, which makes this a fantastic smooth transition from docs, slides, draw, everything else. You'll click on the plus to start a new jam at the bottom right. And when you open up a new jam, you're going to see that you can title it right away. You are then able to take a look at this is the basic frame. Up above here is where you change frames. So almost like thinking of different slides, you can go to different jams as well. So slide 2 of 2, 3, 1 of 2, wherever you're at, however many you have. Now, Jamboard is pretty basic, but some of the things that you can do, one of my favorite things to do is right over here, the sticky note. It's a great way for students to encourage their ideas. They can place their ideas on these sticky notes, they save them, and then they can make another one. Maybe it's a different color with another idea that they are discussing, just so they're all thinking, they're all connecting to whatever you are working on. And then these little sticky notes you can move wherever you would like, okay? And notice they do have those 3 dots where you can actually duplicate, delete, or do other things as well. If you have a number of kids on a Jamboard at a time, my little tip is letting them know they can only move their own jams, except for the teacher could move theirs. Other ideas that you can do, you can add images. Let's say you have a chart you're using in class that you want to use as that background. You could add that either by an upload. You can do a simple Google search for, I'm just going to say it's a beach. I want to do a beach scene instead. And maybe whatever you're talking about, you want that picture on there so the kids are thinking about what they are writing, or maybe it's just for that background, that look, that color. If you would like to add text boxes on the bottom left, you're going to see text box. I just click where I want my text box and I start typing, and my text box can get bigger and smaller. I can make it bigger if I want those words bigger. If this is something, one of the tips I like to always share is to duplicate. So if you know you want another one of those, I do Control D to get the same one. Exactly what's in there. It goes a little faster than Control copy and paste. It's just one click, and move it again. There are some other tools you can use. There are some shapes that you can create here. So if you need a circle for something, maybe a Venn diagram, creating a Venn diagram, you're going to notice there is a pen that they could draw with, and then an eraser. Now, let's say that we are, if you're a laser pointer, I should point that out too. If you want the kids to look at something, you show that and then it disappears. Pay attention to this. Maybe I'm explaining how to use the jam. Is that if you are having multiple kids work on the same, let's say we want everyone on this Jamboard, but you want different frames for each group, I would encourage you to put a team number or something like that. Notice that if I create one template, I can do that little down arrow, and I can actually, when I see the boards, I can click on those 3 dots. Hopefully you saw that, and I can duplicate that same board, and I will have 2 of the same. And maybe I'll label one as group 1, one as group 2. The biggest thing that I hear teachers get frustrated with is that kids are writing on things or changing things. So really being clear with expectations before you start is huge. The exciting news is, though, in the upper 3 corners, there is a version history that was not on there at the beginning of the year, but it is there now. You can also make a whole copy of this if you want to share with different groups. The one thing you do not want to forget, though, when you're ready to use this with your class, is when you go to share, make sure you are sharing it the way you want it used. So if you want everyone who gets this to be able to edit it, you need to make sure you are putting that in. So if it was in this group, I could say, I want to make sure everyone is editing this. So if you have any questions, again, Jamboard, great tool for collaboration within your classrooms. If you need help getting set up or going through those things specifically, or get stuck on how to do something, please do let me know. But otherwise, that's all I have. Enjoy.